we the fabric of any field. We make a static from a static when we interfere. To be the leader means you never see the vision clear. Too busy blazing for the followers to get the steal. I'm the smoke for all creators who ain't get the deal. The culture first, if you foreign to it, it's the real. If you ain't from it, you can love it. Just remember, bring a budget for the people who discover what you covered. We got a lot of problems, and the quickest way above it, not to shove it under bridges, but to fish it out in public. Instead, we try to hide it, commodify it, monopolize it, then we gotta buy it from outsiders we never trusted. From Congos to break beats to symphonies to deep bass, that's from Chuck Brown to heat waves to MPs. Cut down and beat.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Portland. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they had some high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustrated with their level of play thus far, but they certainly have the pieces to be a factor in this race.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. And for the Trailblazers, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Grant is out there with Big Daddy. And it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, you know, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and you know they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I mean, I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Edwards against Sharp. Lock at 6. Edwards passes to Gobert. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And here are the Trailblazers. Pass to Sharp. Henderson with a screen on Edwards. Sharp. And he's good on the 3-ball. Sharp's got his second bucket tonight.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Here's Gobert. Outside Conley. Pass to Randle. It's up a 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here's Henderson. And here's Sharp. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Just 3 to shoot. Fires away from way outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Edwards looking it over. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota.
They haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
Pass to Big Daddy. Here's Ayton. Here's Big Daddy. For 3, Henderson. Julius Randle with the rebound. You know, Stan, the Blazers started the rebuild process with the big Dame Lillard trade to Milwaukee.
Kevin, it takes guts for a GM to make a move like that, and it didn't go well early on. But they've got to trust the process and stick with the plan that they made.
And we've seen Randall add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Trailblazers leading by 6. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Now Henderson, following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Pass to Sharp. Ayton a screen on Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Sharp, the pass to Ayton. Grant for 3. Gobert with the block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now, here's Grant. He has yet to score. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Greg, for games like this, where these two teams just played each other, how different is the approach?
It is different, Kevin. It can almost feel like a continuation of the last game, and one team now maybe has payback on their mind.
And that one falls for Henderson.
Well, Henderson has a lot of talent. He's a dynamic guard who plays with a real swagger and energy.
Both free throws good from Henderson. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic. but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Portland leading by 7. Grant outside. Ayton sets the pick for Grant. And rejection by McDaniels.
McDaniels is such a disruptive defender. Inside, outside, he's a pest everywhere.
Now here's Conley. Nothing on the board.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Henderson passes to Sharp. Pass to Ayton. Over Conley, and that one's good, Ayton.
Well, yeah, there is some flex to Ayton's game. He doesn't have to have both feet in the paint to score.
Randall outside. Now Edwards. The 3. And they'll get another chance. Second chance shot. And it falls over the rim and in. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Making a change here. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Portland. Off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, there's Minnesota. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
I think for Minnesota, what a lackluster start to the season it's been for them. Where are the championship contenders that we've grown accustomed to seeing?
Well, with that said, they could be a sleeping giant. If they can get it together, watch out.
Minnesota with the rebound. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Well, Stan, after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization, Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Both good from the line that time. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. And Ayton throws it down.
A nice release from the pick and roll there from Ayton, and he gets rewarded for it.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Minnesota. Trailing here by 8. Top of the key, Conley. Randall a screen on Henderson. Here's Conley. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Henderson. Down low. It's stolen by Randall. To the paint. Here's Edwards. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, look, Edwards doesn't back down from anyone. He embraces getting physical on the way up.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Free throw good, Edwards. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride. Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Here's McDaniels following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Conley finds Randall, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Randall's got 5.
And helping the team space the floor there, Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now here's Randall. He has 5. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Well, look, if you give Henderson room for liftoff, he's going to jam it all over you.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he brings for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. First free throw is good.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Williams, he's checked in for Big Daddy. Jabari Walker comes in for Grant. And Abdia subbed in for Scoot Henderson. And Gobert drops them both. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
There's a good screen. Clark for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now here's Williams. and he uses the glass on the layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Clark. Alexander Walker with the ball. Randall down low, working on Williams.
And Randall's never been one to back down from physical play inside, and he's not going to start now.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Portland?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And, guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
That one is off.
You know, one thing you have to admire about Randall is his hunger to get better. He is a real leader who leads by example.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Sharp's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. He hits the second from the line. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They have a 9-point lead. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
Got that one up quick. Randall's got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota.
Working on being more consistent with this shot, Randall certainly helping his confidence moving forward.
DiVincenzo with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Three-pointer, Randall. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And yes, it's good.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
DiVincenzo passes to Alexander Walker. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Trailblazers leading by 7. Pass to Sharp. The tray. Rebound, Minnesota. Randall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Clark outside. Off target from three-point range. Portland's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Benton's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Garza's checked in. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Clark. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. Avdia finds Sharp. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Edwards. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Six seconds left here in the opening quarter. Releases. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
DeAndre Ayton, he has been the guy making things happen for Portland. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Jabari Walker is out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Williams. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Now, here's Reed. No scoring in this one.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Avdia. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Williams can't get it to go. Alexander Walker passes to DiVincenzo. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Williams trying to break free, and it's Sharpe missing. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
Williams sets a screen for Sharpe, and then Sharpe with the dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now here's Edwards. This game an incredible scoring display for him. Ingles with the screen for DiVincenzo. Clock is at 3. Portland grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game, and that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 16. Drills it from outside.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
There's the pick. Outside, Avdia. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. 10 points for him.
Well, look, that's good defensive effort there, but that's just outstanding touch around the rim.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Sharpe against Edwards. Over Sharpe. Edwards, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. That is a great finish!
Oh, my.
And an out-of-this-world reverse jam. Woo. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far. Ingles passes to Alexander Walker. For the 3. Ingles can't get it to go. The Trailblazers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead. And the NBA, right or wrong, Stan, has been called a copycat league before. If something works, it catches on quick. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is to some degree, Kevin. Certainly, we all watch each other and learn from each other, and you're always looking to see what someone else does in their system that would fit into what you do, but you can never fully copy another team because the personnel is different.
Yeah, every roster's different, isn't it? And you've got to tailor things you want to do with what you've got.
That's exactly right. So if my personnel's not the same as yours, I might be able to take a little bit of what you do, but I can't take it wholesale.
Off target from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Outside, Avdia. Connects from three-point range. Avdia's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
If you see yourself on the big screen, you know what to do. Show us your move. You have the camera on you. No thanks.
A different look now for Portland. Big Daddy comes in for Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Jeremy Grant in for Jabari Walker. Timberwolves also changing it up. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 8. Edwards with it. 21 points in the game. Edwards getting the close range, too.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Grant. 6 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. Big Daddy. The Trailblazers rebound. The shot by Williams, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Out to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
They set the pick. Outside, Avdia. Pass to Big Daddy. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
The Trailblazers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4 for the Trailblazers. Ayton, he's checked in for Williams. And Scoot Henderson subbed in for Avdia. Minnesota also making some changes. Julius Randle comes in for Reed. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. 7-point differential. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
The Big Daddy passes to Henderson. Driving to the basket. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Shaedon Sharpe's checked in for Portland. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Michael Conley. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Timberwolves trail by 8. Alexander Walker up top. He's covered by Grant. Randall no good. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Ayton finds Grant. Now, here's Sharpe. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Portland no good that time either. Randall outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Randall's got 15 points.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Now, here's McDaniels. Still scoreless. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And slam dunk by Gobert.
With his giant frame, Gobert sets a good screen and then just pivots into open position.
Ayton a screen on McDaniel. Grant for 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Randall finds McDaniel. DiVincenzo with it. Henderson defending. Back to McDaniel. Randall passes to Gobert. And stolen by Ayton. To the middle. Here's Henderson. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to McDaniels. Now, Alexander Walker. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Now, Sharpe. Henderson with the screen for Sharpe. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Now here's Randall. 15 points in the game. Gobert with a screen on Grant. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the 3, that really helps their spacing.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
At the line for 1, DeAndre Ayton.
One shot.
Loads of expectations come with going number 1 overall, Stan. We all know that. Just ask DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's become one of the more underrated players in this league. He was the top pick in 2018. People will always measure him against that standard. But look, he's averaged a double-double every season in the league. It's not easy to be that consistent.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Timberwolves trail by 6 to the wing on the left. Clark, left side. DiVincenzo finds McDaniel. Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. No good from outside. Portland's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Grant outside. Over Clark. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Back to McDaniel. Inside, here's Clark. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Here comes the Trailblazers stat team.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Pass to Big Daddy. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Trailblazers have been coming through at the charity strip. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
At the line for your Trailblazers, number 8, 1 shot.
.34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Clark outside. Has to Gobert. Now here's McDaniel. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. On the clock. And the rejection by Ayton.
Access there denied by DeAndre Ayton.
.11 seconds left now here in the second. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from DiVincenzo. Here's Sharp. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Trailblazers lead by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our participants.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You look at the Timberwolves, they've been one of the bigger disappointments so far in the early goings. Some people thought they might be an elite team, and we haven't seen that at all. But the good news is there's still plenty of room and time to turn it around.
Moving on to the first half of our game, DeAndre Ayton certainly impressed out there.
Man, I just love his attitude that's always up there and always just great. He's mixing it up down there, really taking it to the defense.
He's got a few moves he can go in there. Hard to slow him down once he's cooking.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Let's get an update on Jeremy Grant. Dave, what's the status there?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Trailblazers. Oh, that is not what you want to see. It sounds like it's a serious injury. It's amazing. He's good to come back into the game. In fact, Kevin, he's already back in the game.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Both free throws good from Randle. And the Trailblazers with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. Ayton kicks to Grant. Pass to Sharp. To the inside. Ayton banked in off the glass. Ayton's got 15 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's McDaniels. He's covered by Grant. Outside Edwards. And he drops it in from the low post. Edwards got 27.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Henderson against Conley. Henderson, no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
McDaniels passes to Randall. Back to McDaniel. Outside Edwards. Gobert the screen. Edwards no good. Trailblazers leading by 5. And here's Sharp. He's got 10. Pass to Big Daddy. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 10 points for Big Daddy.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
Randall with the ball, now defended by Grant. Conley the pass to Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Henderson dishes to Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. The Big Daddy passes to Henderson. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range. Henderson's got 8 points.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Randall. Shot on the wing. Here's Gobert. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. He's got 6.
Well, it's like Gobert's got magnets in his hands. He's led the league in rebounding before in his career.
Grant surveying the D. Ayton a screen on McDaniel. No good from Grant. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. Trailing here by 8. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Randall. Henderson defending. Randall is doubled. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game and a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Well, we get a look here now at the small forwards with the fastest hands in the league and generating the most steals per game. Jaden McDaniels, 4th.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
Well, knowing that you have a lockdown guy at this position on defense helps you be more aggressive on that side.
Now, here's Grant. The 3. And it's Sharp missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a coach.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Three-pointer, Randall. And another three for Minnesota.
And this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
And here's Sharp. Back to Henderson. Here's Big Daddy. He's got 12. Sharp with it from the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Edwards can't hit.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Sharp. Traps in the tray. Sharp's got 13.
Great at creating shots. Sharp did it there with that catch and shoot.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's Henderson. He's got 8. Now Ayton. Over to the wing. The Big Daddy passes to Henderson. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Ayton sets the pick for Henderson. Drains it from beyond the arc. 11 points in the game.
Well, and this is critical for Henderson's development. When he's knocking down threes with consistency, he is a problem.
Now here's Gobert. 8 points for him. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Henderson. Here's Big Daddy. Pass to Sharp. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Edwards. He has 30. Here's Alexander Walker. Trains the three-pointer.
And Edwards makes so many winning plays, including finding his open teammate.
Ayton, the pass to Grant. Stolen by Michael Conley. Over Sharp. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Conley.
Off the bounce, Conley will typically pull up for a shot rather than trying to take it all the way to the hole.
Ayton, a screen on Conley. To the middle. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Here's Edwards. Yes, and the foul. Shaedon Sharp picks one up.
I don't know how Edwards does it. It's a blend of skill, finesse, and a little bit of luck that went down.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Well, you can tell this team looks to Anthony Edwards to set the tone on the floor. His intensity becomes their intensity, and let me tell you, his intensity is always high.
Here's Avdia. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail. Alexander Walker with the ball. Conley, the pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, I like when Gobert's teammates use his length on offense. Textbook alley-oop there.
Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. A 2-point game. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Williams.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point territory, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Goes up the baseline, buries the jump shot. Edwards got it all tied up now for Minnesota.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
They set the pick. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, good from Avdia. Walker's checked in for Jeremy Grant. Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. That one misses.
Well, not a perfect trip to the line, but he gets the one he needed to put them in the driver's seat.
They now take the lead. Randall's got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves.
And he's just so quick for his size. Randall's pull-up there, a key part of his game.
Avdia on the wing. Defended by Alexander Walker. To DiVincenzo. Randall down low. He's guarded by Williams. And here's a look at some numbers for Shaedon Sharpe.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Klingen's checked in. All free throws good from Randall.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Avdia on the wing. Defended by Alexander Walker. Avdia gets the bucket.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
1:16 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Randall. Over Williams. Randall no good. And for Portland, their shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
3rd personal foul.
And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The Trailblazers 3rd.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
That free throw good from Avdia. Both free throws good from Avdia. 58 seconds left in the third. Randall outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Portland grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside, Avdia. Now Klingon. He's covered by Clark. Yep, that one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Oh, good luck against Klingon in close. That's where he makes his money.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Randall. And nothing is falling for him right now. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Bob Williams is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Avdia. Then there's Klingon. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Timberwolves trail by 4. Edwards, the bounce pass. A 3 for DiVincenzo.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
Edwards against Avdia. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they got to bring the double team on.
Walker's checked in for Portland.
First team foul. At the line for Portland, Denny Avdia. 1 foul.
Timberwolves trail by 7. And here is DiVincenzo. Clark, the pass to Alexander Walker. There's the triple. No good from Clark. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
DiVincenzo passes to Clark. Alexander Walker on the wing. Back to Clark. Pass to Edwards. Takes the 3. Edwards with confidence.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Outside, Avdia. Outside, Williams. To the wing right side. Avdia kicks to Walker. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Up top, DiVincenzo. Pass to Clark. Timberwolves passing it around. Down low. Here's Reed. Hits it from about 6 feet away. Now just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And the defense is there, but Reed is strong-willed and he is up to the challenge.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Trailblazers, number 12. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Conley's checked in. And he's good on the second.
And crucially, he did enough there to make it a 2-possession game.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He knows every possession is critical now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Reed with a screen on Williams. Clark the pass to Reed. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reed after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
And the first one drops.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, if you want to know where commitment and hard work can get you, follow Naz Reed's career. Everyone who counted him out is eating their words right now.
Now, here's Avdia. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Dante DiVincenzo. Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Portland, Denny Avdia. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Avdia. He makes one of two that time. Timberwolves trail by 4. Now DiVincenzo. Here's Conley. Clark for 3. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Inside. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Conley. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Clark. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one is good. Reed's got 6 points in the quarter.
Superb focus from Reed. He excels at using his strength to push through contact inside.
Klingon with it. Guarded by Reed. Klingon with it. He's against Reed. A nice shot by Klingon. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. Clark outside. Reed with a screen for Clark. Klingon with the steal. Floats it up for Williams. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Conley dishes to Edwards. Avdia with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 6. Pass to Walker. Out to the right wing. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bounce pass from Clark. To the paint. It's deflected.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Here's DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. DiVincenzo against Avdia. Oh, that's blocked. And he gets it back. Second shot opportunity. And that one drops for him. 24 points for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Walker against Edwards. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
Shooting for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Timberwolves also changing it up. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the second free throw, good.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Henderson kicks to Grant. Sharp on the wing. Pass to Big Daddy. It's good from long range. Big Daddy's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
Now here's Conley. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Back to Conley. Randle outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Gobert. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, rebounding is a foundational part of Gobert's game.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert, shooting one.
What's up?
A free throw drops for Gobert.
Well, known for being an exceptional defender, Gobert also has a good sense for when he should look to score.
Sharp against Edwards. And here's Sharp. Ayton a screen on Edwards. This one for three. And it's Sharp missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Randall inside. Gobert and slam dunk by Gobert.
Well, you know Gobert's defense is always in the spotlight. But what about his scoring tonight?
Pass to Sharp. Ayton in the high post. Gobert with the block. And now the Timberwolves on the break for the finish. And finished off by Gobert.
And man, Gobert is on a tear right now. Keep going to the hot hit.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Here is Conley. Pass to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
So it's Portland now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And that one drops.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Randall with the ball. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Henderson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now here's Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Edwards got 43 points.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
The Big Daddy passes to Grant. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Jaden McDaniel.
That's a basket they needed. Grant coming through.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for your Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant, shooting one.
The free throw drops for Grant.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Timberwolves trail by 4.
2 minutes in the game. 2 minutes.
Edwards inside. Defended by Sharp.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards. Taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Edwards drops them both.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Ayton a screen on McDaniel. No good from Grant. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Up against Edwards. Edwards gets it done inside.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Henderson outside. Grant down low. Working on McDaniels. Here's Sharp. Julius Randle with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Edwards. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Trailblazers shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Money!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared.
Get ready, everybody. If you see yourself on the screen, I want to hear those moves. Let's go. You're on the big screen. Nice try, it's all good.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Edwards puts the move on. It falls! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. There's 42 seconds left in the game. Here's Henderson. Julius Randle with the rebound. And Randle has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's Edwards. And good! He hits it again. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. What do you think we're going to see here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
We're on the lookout for a round this man. We'd like a free t-shirt tonight.
Second separating the shot clock and game clock. Aiton a screen on McDaniels. Here's Grant, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
And when Grant gets to the rim like that, you can't help but foul him.
Jeremy Grant.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to one. And Grant drops them both.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Outside Edwards. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
To the inside. And we are headed to overtime. A do-or-die defensive stop. And they come up big. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Now Conley. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Ayton is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Grant in at the small forward. Randall from outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Grant against Gobert. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. And it's off from three-point range. Here's McDaniels. From outside, off the mark. And so Grant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota's got neither of their first two three-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Pass to Randall. Now McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Clock at 6. The 11-footer. Edwards can't hit. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Now here's Henderson. Grant down low. McDaniels defending. Grant, that's good.
Look, you know that's where Grant likes to play. Using that body in close.
Conley sets a screen for McDaniel. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for McDaniels.
A defensive ace. Jaden McDaniels gets the toughest perimeter assignment every night, using his length, athleticism, and effort to frustrate opponents.
And McDaniels drops them both. The Trailblazers shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Ayton kicks to Grant. There's the 3. Cans it from downtown. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Gotta know where Grant is at all times. He loves wiggling free from that corner.
It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Conley. And he drops in the way up off the glass.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
representing your Blazers answer.
Henderson right side. Back to Sharp. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Julius Randle picks one up.
And how about that move by Sharp against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
The free throw drops for Sharp.
And another exciting young player from Canada. Shaedon Sharp is an elite athlete, and his overall skills are really improving.
And Sharp drops them both. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. Conley kicks to Randle. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got 53.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Here's Big Daddy for three. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Pass to Randle. And the shot is long.
2 minutes remaining in overtime.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 on their shots here in overtime. Pass to Ayton. Pass to Sharp. No good on the triple. Timberwolves have gotten off to a little bit of a slow start from the field in overtime, just 2 of 6 so far. And the rejection by Ayton.
Timberwolves ball.
Overtime basketball, a little under 3.5 minutes into it. It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Sharp.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Portland has gotten only one of their first 4 attempts from three-point range to fall here in overtime. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. They lead by 1.
And the physicality of Randle's game, impressive. It's what earns him those calls.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
Pass to Grant. Back to Henderson. Fires from deep. Hands the 3.
What a big bucket for Henderson, sensing the moment.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Here are your Blazers breakers and through.
Here's Edwards. Conley against Henderson. Good! And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert with a screen on Sharp. Lets it go from 11. Edwards, no good. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Sharp. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
It was rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
Seconds left in overtime. Here's Edwards. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor with shooting that jumper.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that'll put them up by 2. Edwards at full speed. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Grant for three. Got it! Oh,
amazing! Perfect timing there.
Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, doesn't get any better than that.
Unreal. What a finish. Nothing better than a buzzer-beating three to win.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that about wraps it up. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time for our player of the game.
How about that?